Good morning, everybody. Whoever might be watching this. This is Justin. I'm going to have a walk in the woods as part of a Mind4 relaxation session, I think I'd call it. So all I'm going to do is have a wander in the woods, and the thinking behind this is just to sort of share, I think, how relaxing and peaceful it can be to get out into nature, and everybody, myself included, certainly has had lots of ups and downs mentally, and stresses, anxieties, and all sorts of stuff. So one of the things I've been doing is coming in here to just listen and watch and look and just take in the silence as much as anything else. So I'm gonna start wandering. I'll chat when I see a few things, but also I think if you just want to sit back, put your headphones on, maybe have a cup of tea, and just enjoy the peacefulness. So I'll chip in every now and then, and what I'll do, I'll stop and start videos at different places, so so you know what to expect. So okay. Something I've just noticed, this green, those leaves, that's a wild raspberry growing in the woods. And so look, there's a few canes here, so yeah, nice to see, just starting to come into bud. And you probably can't hear on the video, maybe you can, but in the fields around, there's some male skylarks frolicking. So what they do, they fly high up in the sky, and then they make their lovely melodious skylark sound as they sort of fly back down to the ground. Very lovely to hear. They've just come back from, I think, from their winter homes. I think they migrate, pretty sure they do, and yeah, it's a lovely sound to hear. They nest on the ground in the fields when the crops grow, or the grasses grow. And what you can start to see here, so all these leaves coming up in the forest floor are bluebells. So this wood is really amazing for bluebells. In another 2 or 3 months, 2 months, all of this will be sodden in bluebells, and it's absolutely beautiful. If you come up here in the evening or the morning, especially if it's maybe been a bit of rain on a warm day, and the fragrance is just amazing. I'll just have a look and see if we can see any flower spikes. No, not yet, a bit early. So just the leaves at the moment, building up the energy, ready to send up the flower spikes. Right, So I'll pause at this point and then I'll head off and start again in a second, which you won't know about because it'll just suddenly start again. Here we are again. It's quite amazing actually because, oh, not sure what you can hear, but in the background there's a chiff chaff. That's not a chiff chaff, that's a wren, I think. Wren or robin, I always get those two mixed up. But if you can hear the chiff chaff, it literally goes chiff chaff, chiff chaff, chiff chaff, chiff chaff. It's my impression of a chiff chaff. But a lovely sound, tiny little yellow birds, but you don't often see them actually. But you hear them. Hopefully you've heard it. Anyway, yeah, I was just thinking, yeah, I woke up this morning, I didn't sleep too well last night, feeling pretty rubbish, which is par for the course every morning at the moment, really, has been for a while. But just coming in here already, I feel really quite well, and well, I do. I feel well and relaxed and away from everything, away from those flipping screens, which we're all watching this on now, obs. But yeah, it's really quite amazing, the effect. Lots of bird sounds around here. So here again, that's all going to be bluebells. Show you some of the lovely mossy hummocks that I look for. Look here, isn't this beautiful? So that's going to be a foxglove. It's got the sort of early morning moisture on the leaves, so that all these little ones here will be foxgloves as well in a few weeks. Well, they are foxgloves, but the foxgloves flowering. And look, this is look at that, foxgloves, bluebells, moss. It's just lovely. And also all this gorse and bracken, all the brown stuff, will be coming up soon as well, so by May it'll be almost waist height or higher, amazingly. I've moved again. So again, you can see the bluebell leaves coming up. This is actually where the bluebells start to get super spectacular. So as far as the eye can see in here, there will be bluebells flowering soon, and oh, it's just magical. So in a few weeks, if you do, when it's bluebell season, do please try and get out. Oh look, there's a, oh that's nice. I don't think, you probably can't see it. Let me try and zoom in. There's a buzzard. Ooh. Can you see? There it goes. That's nice. Beautiful. Oh, it's a, no, it's not a kite. It's a kite actually. I thought it was a buzzard. A red kite, which is always a joy to see. You can see some croaky pheasants who haven't had their morning coffee. A bit croaky. There's a thrush on a branch, but I wouldn't even try and film that one because it's a bit away. Oh, there's the kite calling. And this wood, it's mixed trees, so you get quite a lot of conifers, pine trees. So you can see those tall conifers. I'm rubbish at tree identification, so but they're broadly conifers. And then you get all the deciduous trees, the ones that lose their leaves, all around as well. So you get all sorts of different sorts, and I'll start to look out for some of the buds, the leaves breaking out on the trees, because that's always joyous. Here we go, look. Here we go. Starting to... Oh. You can just about see those, I think. Just starting to... Oh, blimey, that's terrible filming, isn't it? Well, camera can't cope, or I can't cope. So anyway, everything's starting to burst out. I will try and find my favourite spring tree bursting thingy in a bit. Well, here's a nice... These are nice, healthy plants. So those are arum lilies, a wild arum lily. They've got various common names. One is lords and ladies. The other one is a bit rude, but you can look it up. But it refers to the flower spike. I'll say no more. But I couldn't possibly be saying anything, because it's about 8:30 in the morning. I can't be saying rude things at that time in the morning. Interesting here, I don't know if you can see that there's moss on this side of a lot of the trees, but it's actually not on the other side. So the wind direction and the different trees around have created sort of a microclimate around. So on this side there's more moisture and you get more moss, and on the other side it's a drier air, and therefore you don't. Oh, here we go. Whoa. There's some romping kites. Oh, wait a minute. Is this what I was... Oh, listen to them. Excited little juffers. How lovely. Whoa. Three of them now. So yes, I mean, another thing about woods is just seeing birds and other wildlife. I saw a couple of deer in here the other evening. It calms me, because they're even though their habitat is pretty tough to live in, and they've always got pesky things trying to grab them, they just crack on, and it's just sort of, it takes your mind away from all the stuff you see on the news and all the sort of struggles and other things people are dealing with, and they're just sort of oblivious to all the human things, and it helps me relax just to watch them. Takes my mind off things. I'm just gonna, oh, here it is. So this is lovely. This is one of my favourite things. I only discovered it recently. Jackie, my wife, told me all about them, but they're beautiful. So this is, that looks like a load of twigs, doesn't it? But this is very interesting. This is a larch tree. Now a larch tree is a conifer, so you can see it's got sort of like pine cones, like a conifer. But it's a deciduous conifer. You see, it might be the only UK deciduous conifer, and by that it means the pines fall off. So whereas that one, like most of them, like Christmas trees, the pines, the needles stay on, not the pines, the needles. Here they drop off, and in fact you can just see them starting to come back again. But the most beautiful thing are the larch roses. Look at this. So that is the female, the flower of the larch tree. It's absolutely exquisite. I think that might be the male one. I think the males tend to go on the bottom side, the underside of the branch. There's a, what's that? Is that a helicopter? Oh, it's a helicopter come to see the larch flowers. So I'll pause a second. So here we are again. Yeah, so just look, isn't that absolutely beautiful? So that's a larch flower, and this whole tree is lovely. So you've got the larch rose, you've got all sorts of, you've got the pine, the combs which can stay on the plant for years, and then look at all this beautiful lichen as well, which is an indicator of clean air. Generally lichen grows where the air is clean, so it's always good to see. So you've got the roses, you've got the lichen, and I could just spend all day looking at this, really, to be honest. But absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So that's lovely to see. So although I always see them here, so I sort of knew I might do, but very, very pretty. So, and I think that's another thing about, for me, getting calm and relaxing in the woods, is just looking at the small things, sort of taking in all the little things going on. So everything from the bluebell leaves, the larch roses, the moss on the trees. I mean, the moss on the tree stumps even is beautiful. You can get really close. You can go into, I'm just going to go over here, because you can just get really close to little detaily things, because I mean, this is exquisite. So the different mosses growing there, and they're so beautiful if you go really close. I mean, just look, that's magical, absolutely magical. So I think just zooming in on all the little details in the woods is also really calming, because there's so much going on, so many little things happening and changing all the time that don't involve anything other than nature. So I'll pause again here, and I'll go to one final place. So I'm back, even though I never went away, probably for you. So here we're into a more birchy. So these are silver birches around here, and then we've got conifers over there, and we've got the bluebells again. Look, just look how many bluebells there will be. Sea of bluebells, and I'm taking you to my favourite place for bluebells, and maybe if we have time when we finish watching this, I'll show you a couple of pictures of them in full bloom. But look, here's some fungi a fungus called I think it's turkey tail, just rotting down with the tree, with the woods and the moss on a tree stump. Here's another little foxglove growing on the moss on a tree stump as well. Lots of different things happening. So the dead tree stump is forming something for the foxgloves to grow on. Lots of nettles around, which should be good food for caterpillars this summer. And it's funny when you notice something for the first time, you then zoom in on it. So maybe something I've seen on this video, maybe even the larch roses. Once you see it, then you spot it again and again, and each year you look out for it, and you sort of build up these different pleasures and different things you enjoy seeing every year that indicate a certain time of year or a certain place, or all sorts of different memories can be attached to it. But it's another lovely part of it actually is just this sort of going through the year and feeling the different things that you see, you know. So I know now we had the fungi in the autumn, we've got the spring flowers starting to come up now, there's the bluebells and foxgloves, and then you move towards summer and you get more wildflowers, and you get the butterflies, and you get lots of bees and caterpillars, and it goes through to the autumn. So all of that is also very pleasurable and relaxing, and tells me that everything's going on in nature as always. So this is actually my favourite part of the bluebell wood, because, well, you can see the amount of bluebells that's going to be here. And I'll try and show you a photograph of it, but it's very special, very, very beautiful, and very peaceful, because we're sort of near a railway line, but apart from that we're away from everything, and that's also really nice. So I'm probably going to finish about there. I hope you found this relaxing and a little bit interesting. And also I would really encourage you, if you're near a park, a forest, any bit of greenery by a river, do please try and get out and just look at the little things. Just relax and try and just enjoy being in nature, because it can be really, really relaxing and helpful, particularly in times of stress and worry and anxiety. So yeah, thank you for watching, and have a nice rest of your Friday, and maybe this weekend is supposed to be quite nice and sunny, I think, so maybe get out and enjoy some nature. All right then, bye bye.